I changed rackets again. As I've said in previous videos, literally I used the Pure Drive for like 20, maybe 21 years. Never even sniffed another racket. That's kind of weird. Then all of a sudden I switched and I've been just kind of carouseling through rackets. One of my prior videos I talk about how I ended up with the E-Zone Tour, but basically I went from Pure Drive to V-Core 98, then to the E-Zone Tour, and now think this one is gonna stick. If you're new here, my name's Brett. I'm a tennis player from Texas. I make videos about pretty much everything tennis related. So this is the racket that I switched to, the Yonex V-Core Pro 97H. There's a few reasons that I switched to this racket. So the first reason is the comfort of the frame. This is actually a really arm-friendly and comfortable frame. It's pretty flexible and it weighs 330 grams unstrung. All that really helps with like your arm comfort. And I also added a little bit of weight at 3 and 9 o'clock. So this thing strung is probably around 355 grams. So it's a pretty meaty stick. It's very comfortable and easy on my arm, and as someone that has had golfer's elbow for the last year or so, I wanted to switch to a stick that would give me a lot of comfort and really be pretty easy on my arm, but still felt really good. You know, I hit with the E-Zone 98 Tour for a little while, and I just never like loved it. I never like fell in love with it. Every time I would hit with it, it was like, oh, you know, this feels good, but it's not like amazing, but it's just good. When I started hitting with this and I put Polytour Rev in it, within the first 5 minutes I was like, this is the racket. Like I was in love within 5 minutes. For a 97 square inch racket, it actually has a really nice size sweet spot. When I was hitting and I would catch it right in the middle of the sweet spot, it just felt smooth as butter. Slices, volleys, it just felt so good. It is a much more control-oriented frame, and some people have said that, you know, it's severely underpowered, but I never felt that way. I felt like I could still rack the ball with this thing, and I'm someone that kind of generates my own power to begin with. This thing, man, oh my gosh, it just, the feel was so buttery smooth, you know, hooked right away. You might be wondering like why I'm using the V-Core Pro and not the Percept. When I hit with these, I liked them so much that I didn't even want to demo the Percept. Now, maybe that's a mistake, I don't know, but these were also on sale because the Percept just dropped, so I got a really good deal on them. And I think the paint job on these is way cooler than the Percept. I'm not a big fan of the Percept paint job. Said this was a 330 frame. I personally do have weight, a little bit of weight at 3 and 9 o'clock on both sides. And I also have it strung up with Polytour Rev at 52 pounds. I tried it with Polytour Pro, but I just never really liked Polytour Pro. Polytour Pro feels really good for like the first 30 minutes to an hour, and then it just feels so dead and super plasticky. Rev I enjoyed much more, and it lasts way longer, and it's a pretty comfortable, pretty arm-friendly polyester. It's not quite as soft as Polytour Pro, but it is very muted, and I like that. I like that feel. When I play with Polytour Pro, this frame was so-so, but with Polytour Rev, immediately fell in love with it. So Polytour Rev at 52 pounds, a little bit of weight on it, and it is the heavy version, the 330 grams. I don't have a leather grip, it's just a regular synthetic grip, but man, I'm loving this setup. This frame is so comfortable. Now that we've got that out of the way, let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever tried this racket? I've heard some people say that like the heavy one is too heavy, but the Roger Federer Pro Staff is 10 grams more than this one, so it feels freaking good to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What are you using? Let me know what racket you're using. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!